Wheaton's bridge. Wheaton's bridge circuit is an application of Kirchhoff's rules. Wheaton's bridge has four resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4. R1 and R2 are known resistors. The R3 is the varying resistor and R4 is the unknown resistor. A source epsilon is connected across diagonally opposite points A and B. The source is connected in diagonally opposite points A and C. Here AC, this is called the battery arm. We assume that the cell has no internal resistance. Between the other two vertices B and D, a galvanometer G is connected. A galvanometer is a device to detect current. BD is called the galvanometer arm. We go on varying R3 till the galvanometer shows a null deflection. At balance condition, the current through the galvanometer is equal to 0 or Ig equal to 0. Applying Kirchhoff's junction rule or KCL to the junction D and to the junction B, we get at the junction D I1 will be equal to I3, and at the junction B we get I2 will be equal to I4. So at balance condition we have three equations: Ig equal to 0, I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4. Applying Kirchhoff's loop rule or Kirchhoff's voltage law KVL to the loop ABDA and considering the anticlockwise notation, we will get, you see, this is your closed loop ADBA, and we apply Kirchhoff's loop rule and considering the anticlockwise notation like this, then we will get I1 R1 will be negative. Okay, so minus I1 R1 and current through this galvanometer is equal to 0. So plus 0, then plus I2 R2 will be equal to 0. Because through this resistor R1 there will be fall in potential, and through this resistor R2 there is a rise in potential. Again applying Kirchhoff's loop rule to the closed circuit CBDC, this one, and considering anticlockwise notation, we will get for the current I3, this will be equal to minus I3 R3 because there is voltage drop here, there is decrease in potential, and for this resistor R4, it will be plus I4 R4 because there is rise in potential, and for this galvanometer the current will be equal to 0. So the equation will be minus I3 R3 plus I4 R4 is equal to 0. So you will have two equations, I1 I2 divided by I2, that will be equal to R2 by R1, and for the loop CBDC you have minus I3 R3 plus I4 R4 is equal to 0. But if you put I3 is equal to I1 and I4 is equal to I2 from equation 2 and 3, then equation 5 will be minus I3 I1 R3 plus I2 R4 will be equal to 0, and I1 by I2 will be equal to R4 by R3. Now from equation 4 and 6, in equation 4 you have I1 divided by I2 is equal to R2 by R1, and in 6 you have I1 by I2 is equal to R4 by R3. So from 4 and 6 we get R2 by R1 is equal to R4 by R3. So R1 by R2 will be equal to R3 by R4. So R4 will be equal to R3 into R1 divided by R2. So So the value of unknown resistance R4 can be calculated from the balance condition. A practical device using this principle is called the meter bridge. So in meter bridge, we basically use the balance condition of the Wheaton's bridge. Now let us work out this problem. The four arms of a Wheaton's bridge have the following resistances. You have four arms. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the resistance of AB, this arm will be is equal to 100 ohm, and the resistance of BC, this arm is equal to 10 ohm, and the resistance of CD is equal to 5 ohm, and the resistance of DA, it is equal to 60 ohm, and the resistance of this galvanometer is equal to 15 ohm, and the current passing through this 100 ohm resistance is equal to I1, current passing through this 60 ohm resistance is equal to I2. The source EMF source is equal to 10 volt, and the current flowing from this EMF source of 10 volt is equal to I, and here the I divided into two branches, one is I1, another I2, and the current passing through this galvanometer is Ig. So at B, the current passing through the BC, this resistor is equal to I1 minus Ig, and the current through this resistor DC, that 5 ohm resistor is equal to I2 plus Ig. The question is, a galvanometer of 15 ohm resistance is connected across BD, and you have to calculate the current through the galvanometer when a potential difference of 10 volt is maintained across AC. Now, applying Kirchhoff's voltage law or loop rule to this closed mesh BADB, to this mesh, and you consider the anticlockwise notation, then the equation will be 100 I1 for this resistor. It will be equal to 100 I1 because you have considered anticlockwise notation. So 100 I1 plus, for this galvanometer it will be equal to 15 Ig, and for this resistance 60 ohm it will be equal to minus 60 I2 will be equal to 0. And for the closed loop BCDB, for this closed loop, and considering the anticlockwise notation, you can write the KVL equation, that 10 into I1 minus Ig for this resistor, 10 into I1 minus Ig, and then minus for this galvanometer minus 15 Ig, and for this resistor minus 5 I2 plus Ig, that will be equal to 0. So if you solve the two equations, then one will be 20 I1 plus 3 Ig minus 12 I2 will be equal to 0. Another equation will be 2 I1 minus 6 Ig minus I2 will be equal to 0. Similarly, if you apply KVL to the closed loop ADCEA and considering anticlockwise notation, you will get 60 I2 plus 5 into I2 plus Ig minus 10 will be equal to 0. You see in this figure, for the loop ADC, then EA, for this closed loop, you will get 60 I2, and we have considered anticlockwise notation like this. If it is anticlockwise notation, for 60 ohm resistor, there will be voltage increase, there will be voltage rise, so this will be positive. So 60 I2 then plus 5 into I2 plus Ig, is not it? Because there is voltage rise, because we have considered anticlockwise notation. And for 10 volt, this one, there will be voltage drop, okay, because from plus to minus there is voltage drop, so this will be negative. So minus 10 volt will be equal to 0. So if you solve these three equations, then you will get Ig will be equal to 4.87 milliampere.